Well, for those like myself who are itching to travel, we have some more beach destinations, some that are right here in Northern California and others that are a little bit more off the beaten path. To give us his picks, we're joined by travel expert Gabe Saglie. And Gabe, what is your first pick? Because I have a list here, and I think it's Fort Funston, which is one of my favorite all-time beaches.
Yeah, and actually, I called the folks over at the Fairmont Sonoma Mission Inn and Spa and said, "Hey, listen, when folks are visiting the vineyards and they want to go to a beach, what do you recommend?" And actually, Fort Funston, China Beach, a couple of those great beaches in southwestern San Francisco that they offer their sophisticated guests. So the neat thing about Fort Funston, obviously, there's a lot of history here. This was right before World War I, was a military defense installation. Those 200-foot cliffs give you that great perspective there. It is not a swimming beach, Sal, so keep that in mind. It's very wind-swept, this area, so it's great for hang gliding. You'll find a great hang gliding launch pad there, but otherwise, great network of trails. Horseback riding is an option here. There's a company called Urban Diversions that will actually take you on an hour-long horseback riding trip through the hiking trails down into the sand as well. So if you like this sort of beautiful open space, some great hiking options, Fort Funston is one of those really sort of close to home for a lot of folks beach destinations there in southwestern San Francisco.
Yeah, Gabe, and you can bring your dog there too, which is a plus for those of us
Dog-friendly
who
beach.
like animals. That's right, you can bring your dog there. Tell us about Sonoma County. It's a little not too far either. There's a beach in Sonoma County here.
Yeah, so Sonoma County, we think of all the ag, production that happens there, but really there are 55 miles of coastline there in Sonoma County, and some of the best beaches you're going to access through Sonoma Coast State Park. And I'm picking Jenner Beach here, right next to the town of Jenner, simply because of how open and wide the space here is. A lot of driftwood art, so a lot of folks love to come down here and collect some of that great driftwood and create some pretty neat coastal art, if you will. Otherwise, great for doing a little snorkeling there, doing a little bit of kayaking. You're right at the north end of the mouth of the Russian River. So if you go to the town of Jenner, there's a visitor center there for the state beaches that'll actually launch you to do some kayaking, to do a little bit of boating there as well. So great open space, just about 2 hours north of the city of San Francisco there. Jenner Beach, next to the town of Jenner.
Now, Gabe, there is a beach called Bowling Ball Beach, and I'm kind of afraid to say, but I haven't been there. It's in Mendocino County. It's one of the beaches that I still have on my list here. Tell me about that beach.
So Bowling Ball Beach, very cool. It's because of these formations you see on the sand here. You want to check the tide chart. Check out when the tide is low, as the ocean pulls back, it reveals these hundreds of formations. They're not actual rocks. They're concretions. So in case there are geologists watching, I want to get that right. Not actual rocks, they're concretions, which is basically compact mass that over the eons have been formed in these sort of round shapes. And just kind of a cool thing to look at. And again, you're close to some great kayaking and some snorkeling spots here. But if you want a great beach to walk down, and then these great formations to gaze at when the tide is low. You've got Bowling Ball Beach there in Mendocino County, again, about 3 hours north of the city of San Francisco.
Yeah, some great pictures if you're a photographer there, too. It looks like a place I want to go to. And last but not least, up in Northern California, one of the most northern beach, it's Klamath Beach, another beach that I still have to visit. It's a little far away, but it's worth the trip.
Yeah, so this is in Del Norte County, Sal. This is the northernmost county in the state of California. So this is for folks who want to just drive about 6 hours north. Lots of open space, lots of elbow room between people, and some great beaches as well. Klamath Beach, right on the south end of the Klamath River mouth, and protected by this huge sand spit. So it's the calm waters. Again, great kayaking here, great boating as well, and just one of these great open beaches there. You're surrounded by the redwood forests in some of these areas up there as well. So Klamath Beach, remote. The journey is part of the experience here because you're driving about 6 hours north. But again, protected water space here that makes it really family friendly, and one of these great beaches there on the northernmost coast of the Golden State.
Gabe Saglie, travel expert, thank you. You just expanded my list of places I want to go to, so thanks again for those picks.
Thanks, Al.
All right, Mike and Garcia. Gabe had a couple of things I hadn't done before. Of course, I've been to Fort Funston, but I haven't been to Bowling Ball Beach. Have any of you been there?
No, I've never been to Bowling Ball Beach. You know, when he was talking about Sonoma County, specifically about Jenner, like think about people who don't live here and they think Sonoma County. They think, oh, Domaine Carneros, Gloria Ferrar, Buena Vista. You know, they think wine, right? Sonoma, it just puts into perspective how big the county is, because you go from downtown Sonoma all the way west out to Jenner. I mean, it's a great spot. You can hang out in Guerneville, Monte Rio, and just kind of follow the Russian River along until you hit Jenner. And enjoy a day at the beach. It is a good beach. I've been there. Goat Rock Beach, also Agassiz is a good beach out near Jenner.
I think it's true. One of you said it earlier in the week, but when we think, California beaches, most of us sort of have a Southern California bias. Look, if you drive north, and 100 million years ago on our honeymoon, we drove up the California coast, starting at the Golden Gate Bridge, all along Highway 1. It was the most wonderful, eye-opening week we spent along the California coast. If you have that kind of time on your hands, look, it was just the two of us, so we didn't come in contact with anybody but ourselves. So it might be a safe way for you to explore if you head up north to the beach. It's just gorgeous up there. Thumbs up all around.